So where were we? Oh yeah. It's working, but we've still got some work to do on it. Haven't figured out how to attach a filter. Have an idea. Need to find another box. The box as it is going to remain pretty much unchanged, but might be changing the way the fans interact with it, might be changing the way that the filter, like the original intent was to have the filter mounted somewhere inside the box. Now we're thinking we might mount the filter on top of the box, but elevate the fans somewhat so that they're on top of a second box that the filter's inside. We're not totally sure. There's still some fuzziness in how everything is going to work, but I'm pretty excited, and one way or another we'll make it work. We've put enough time and energy into this already that we're going to make it work. We're goddamn well going to make it work. So yeah. In the meantime, though, I've got some lighting rigged up inside that kind of works. It's not great. I thought it was going to work a lot better than it does. It does work, but just the positioning of it isn't optimal, so I might have to do some modifications to that and figure that out a little bit better. But in the meantime, yeah, the real challenge is going to be figuring out what we're going to do about the filter problem. So, we'll see. In the meantime, we'll see. That said, though, the ducting is all working. We've got a kind of a cardboard cutout block that the ducts mount to, and that fits directly into the window, and it seals up fairly tight, so there's not really much worry of airflow recirculation as long as the outer window is open. So that's not really going to be an issue. The real issue is are the fans going to be able to draw enough air with a filter in the way to pull enough? Is it going to pull enough air out of the house, essentially? Because just doing the quick tests that we've done last time I was home with a single fan and using a rattle can of primer for a few seconds, you could smell paint upstairs. So that's pretty much why we added the second fan, and I'm really hoping that that's going to be enough. But worst comes to worst, we could always readapt things. We could always get a bigger fan. We could always get a different style of fan. You know, that's the advantage to this box, is that it's pretty flexible, and we can pretty easily adapt it to any kind of different fan we could want. We just used these because they were inexpensive. So now I need to figure out what it is I'm going to do. I need to find another box. I think I've got something in the garage that'll work. Alternately, I don't know, maybe I can just go dumpster diving and find some boxes from behind a grocery store that'll fit. And we'll come back to that and see where we end up. Where were we? Oh yeah, we were still working on the spray booth. We had it mostly done, but we had to kind of figure out where we were going to put the filter. It's been a couple of weeks. We both thought about it quite a bit. We did some work after shooting that last portion of the video. Then I got sick, and neither of us had the energy or the time to really get any more work done. And so we just kind of let it lapse. Then I went back up to work for another 2 weeks, and got home a couple nights ago, and we spent probably an hour and a half kludging the thing back together, and basically we've got it done. Aside from maybe some minor modifications we might make as as it gets used, to determine like how it's working and if anything needs to be changed, like the lighting, like
there's any air leaks. You know, if it turns out that airflow isn't strong enough, we might have to, you know, change the fans or do something else. I'm not really sure. But for now, it seems to be pretty good. The filter is in place. We did find some air leaks in the fan boxes, and we've got those pretty much closed up. I used a little bit of caulk and was able to make that work, and it's looking good. And I'm thinking it's pulling enough air that it should be perfectly suitable. There's a lot of space inside. There's enough space inside the box that I can work on that. This is the spare saucer from my TOS Enterprise. I did just some quick testing on it like last month when we first started working on the thing to kind of see how the airflow worked, and I did just a light coat of primer, and it didn't come out very good because, I mean, the primer I was using wasn't very good. My airbrush, I haven't used it in so long. The pressure was off, and the primer wasn't shaken up properly, and blah blah blah. A lot of reasons, but this is, like I said, this is a spare saucer, so I was using it just as kind of practice. So I'm going to sand it smooth, and I'm going to just practice a few other things, a few other tricks that I've never done. Like, I want to learn how to do candy paint, because that just seems kind of cool. Not to mention, it would just be nice to, you know, get some other stuff that I've had on the back burner going for a long time, like this Enterprise, because it's been sitting in my stash for literally 4.5 years, something like that. It's been a long time, but yeah, the booth itself, I think, is basically done. We are toying with the idea of putting a box over everything to kind of contain any air leaks. But, you know, with all the caulk that I've put on all the joints, I think we might have it. Like I said, we'll leave it for now and see how it works as a, you know, as an item that's being used. You know, if we find that there are some air leaks, if airflow isn't great, you know, we can do modifications as we need to. But for now, I'm very satisfied. I'm really very satisfied with how it's turned out. So I am going to go out on a limb and say that is finished. Seems to be working. You know, works great. I've did a little bit of practice today, put it through its paces. I hit it with some primer. I've been working on the Max Factory, the Plan Max Gypsy Danger. This is its torso, upper torso right here. I've got the whole frame hit with a coat of primer. I was using Tamiya rattle can lacquer primer, which has a pretty strong odor to it at the best of times, and I don't smell anything. I legit cannot smell anything. So, yeah, hot damn. You know, 2 fans and a filter, and about 6 weeks to get this stupid thing done. I mean, it would have taken a lot less time if I didn't work out of town so much. But yeah, I'm thrilled. Like, Jesus, yeah, this thing is friggin' done. I'm so excited. Now I do need to give it a test run with my airbrush. I mean, I'm sure it's going to work fine because, you know, lacquer out of a rattle can is a lot less controllable than through an airbrush. So, you know, if I was going to have any smell or any fumes escaping into the room, it would have been with a rattle can, but nevertheless, I still kind of want to give it a try. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't smell anything. I went upstairs, I asked my girlfriend if she smelled anything after I had hit a couple of parts with some primer, and she said she didn't smell a thing. So I'm super excited. I think we've done it. I think we've got it handled. Yeah. So in the meantime, I'm going to leave the frame here to cure for probably until tomorrow. And then I'm going to try out a new kind of paint. I'm probably going to shoot a quick vlog about this. Anyone who's been watching my channel for a long time knows that I've been very loyal to Tamiya over the years, but I've been hearing really good things about Vallejo's new blends of paint. This is their premium airbrush color. It's water-based, non-toxic acrylic paint. This is their gunmetal. I figure I'm going to give this a try for Gypsy's frame and see how that works. Hopefully I can, I mean, I think I can thin it with just water, but I'm going to use just Tamiya's, you know, their basic thinner just because I have plenty of it at hand. But we'll see. It should work out fine, but yeah, I'm excited to give this stuff a try. So I'll probably shoot a vlog about that and talk about how it seems to have worked. So in the meantime, I'm gonna, now that that had been running for probably an hour, I spent spraying all those frame parts. I'm gonna head upstairs and have a sniff around and see if I can smell anything up there. If not, then I'm gonna call it done. So I'm very excited. So thank you everyone out there for watching. Happy modeling.